Hello everyone, this is going to be a short vid, precursor to what's some upcoming vids. First of all, I'd like to send my condolences to the family and friends of 3 dogmen that recently passed away. Dan Almendarez, Ronald Boyles, and Floyd Boudreaux. I'll probably repost the interview I did with Dan Almendarez, just people, so they don't have to search for it. And anybody who hasn't seen it can watch it. A lot of respect for him. He was a great contributor to the American Pit Bull Terrier breed, long-standing dogman from Texas, and we had a good interview. He was a very nice person, good people, family man. Ronald Boyles, of course, if I could say I had a mentor or anything close to a mentor, even without him knowing it, it would be Ronald Boyles. And I'll do a video on him and one on Floyd Boudreaux, and I'm going to do them from more of a personal point of view. I'll cover some of their dogs and their contributions. And these are 2 men that I never met in person, but spent out, countless hours speaking with them over the phone. And the impact they had on the breed was insurmountable. Boyles, we had tons of conversations. That was back in the day when, you paid for long distance phone calls, so $500 a month. For me, it was a lot of money when you're making maybe, I forget what it was, maybe $1,000 or less a month, or believe it or not, house payment of $300, stuff like that. So you had to hustle to make extra cash, but I don't remember what the pay was back then, but it was $500 for phone bills was a lot of money. And just tons of conversations we had. Mr. Boudreaux, he would always, you call him, and at least I would, and he'd say, "Hey, buddy," that was a term he used. "Well, buddy, hi, buddy." Maybe he called me schoolboy every now and again, and Richard more so, but always buddy. Just a humble man, great person in my opinion, family man, and again, his impact on the breed, decades and decades long. I would say over 70 years, and probably be felt for another 70 years. There's almost isn't a dog around that doesn't have the name Boudreaux in their breeding. So I'm going to have some notes here just to remind me. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it off the top of my head from memory. As bad as my memory is, some stuff sticks with you. And the conversations tend to do that if they meant something, and they did. So if you have any comments, it'll probably be the next day or two when I start doing those vids, tribute vids. If you have something you want to add, maybe a dog's name or some, that would help out in the vid, feel free to do so. If not, that's okay. But I'm going to do those vids probably from memory, like I said, and from the personal side, because I've done videos on dogs that came from them, talking somewhat about them, and famous dogs that people know. Of course, with Floyd, everybody knows Eli, Bully's son, Brandy, Eli Jr., Maverick, T-Bud, Reno, Badger, Skull, can't hardly name them all. And with Boyles, of course, Bobby Jr., Dirty Mary, Champion Reno, Champion Bolt Action, Champion Mr. Rogers, Grand Champion Quita Hearts, who's up there on the level of great females throughout history. As far as competition goes, an 8-time winner. Unsurpassed in her ability. you know, when you talk about great female, the Queen of Hearts, Tornado, Shady Lady, Tudor's Goldie, Fly of Panama. She'll be in that list amongst all them great females throughout the history of the breed. So like I said, it's you know, it takes me time. You know, I kind of let things kind of settle down a little bit, and then I'll do some videos. Plus, I've been busy with family a lot, so I've been putting up a lot of short vids because, you know, different things going on. But it never stops, and it'll keep going, and I'll continue to make vids and do interviews for as long as I can. I appreciate your support, all your comments and input, the likes, and even sharing the videos. Not a problem. Share them if you want. And I couldn't do, you know, that's what keeps me going. The support, basically. All the purchases that you guys have done, I really appreciate that, for my books and memorabilia and sticks and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a long journey. Not near the end yet, and we'll just keep it going. Thanks again.